This is Lawns Park in beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania. In the very back corner of the park, there is a secret hidden tunnel which goes right underneath Route 30. Let's go through this tunnel and see what's on the other side. Well, what have we here? It looks like a Boscov's. Yes, it is indeed a Boscov's. And there is also a huge mall right behind it. This is the Boscov's department store at Park City Center in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This store was originally Gimbel's back in the 70s, and then in the 80s it became Pomeroy's, and in 1988, Boscov's moved in. Let's go inside and check it out. That Raymore and Flanagan furniture on the left there used to be the Bon-Ton, and that Round 1 Entertainment Center on the right used to be Sears. Take a look at that fabulous glass entrance with those chandeliers there. We'll take a closer look at that in a second. I wonder if this old Boscov's Garden Center has been here since Gimbel's was around. I don't know. It's crazy. Those blocks do look very 70s though. That is beautiful. Those little candle chandeliers there with the mirrors behind it looks really great at night. The front of the store used to have a much bigger one, but they took the chandeliers out of that one, but this one's still here. Amazing. Although this store has been heavily renovated in around 2013 or so, it's still kind of cool looking. The store just opened, but it's already starting to get busy. I like these signs here, these wooden ones, the little light bulbs inside. I'm trying to remember if that little mirror stripe there has been around since the 80s. I know some of those over there by the elevator have been around a while. Now here's where they changed some of the flooring. I believe this part of the floor here dates back to Pomeroy's, or at the very least 1988 when Boscov's first moved in, but these new pads here were added later. Those little chandeliers are kind of a nice touch, but the really cool chandeliers are those glass ones over there. Those have been around since the 80s. I like those little pots there. There's so many mirrors in the 80s. Like up there up top, they still got some of those mirrors there. And those up there by the escalators, those are very nice. Right up there. when you back up a little, you can see how the light is. And if you look closely up there, that little section of the ceiling tiles, that used to be all mirrors instead of traditional drop ceiling. Remember how at York Galleria they used to have all those mirrors on the ceiling at that Boscov store? Well, they used to have that here too. And those little braces holding the tiles together used to be surrounded by all mirrors in this little pathway to the main entrance. And it was the same over at Jewelry and Cosmetics too. But we got some really cool mirror action going on here now. I can't believe they saved this. That is spectacular. You would think that this store would have gotten a lot more thorough renovation than the York Galleria store. From what I've heard, that one's changed a lot more than this one has. And see what I mean over there at the chandeliers? They still saved the mirrors that surround the chandeliers. That whole part of the ceiling from there to like about there, that was all mirrors back in the day. It's interesting how that wall kind of has all those layers there. It's another common 80s feature. Now this here elevator has been modernized. I don't know if that button's supposed to light up or not. I'm sure it's supposed to, but I don't know if it works. But the elevator is in fact working, I can hear it. There used to be a neon sign at the elevator. The one upstairs might still be there, we'll see in a minute. This is a vintage OS Lexan, similar to the one they used to have at the Strawbridge and Clothier store at Exton Square, but with modernized buttons. These interior wooden walls are still here.
Going up.
Oh, somebody must have already called it. I didn't even have to press the button. The motor sounds different too, and there used to be a fan running. I'm glad they turned that off. Now I can actually hear the thing. It's still original. These water things are pretty cool. And look at this. Yes, the neon elevator sign is still here. This is the last surviving neon sign at this Boscov's. Unbelievable. Ain't that lovely? Now the upper level layout of this store has changed drastically over the years. The children's department back here used to be electronics and appliances. Appliances were down at the end where infants are now. But yeah, this whole wall over here used to be the TVs and stuff. And this part of the toy department, right there where the sign says toys, this was the old optical area. Like the eyeglass department. And back here, the rest of the toy department was furniture. This part's still furniture. But back there, where it says upholstered furniture, that was the curtains and drapes department. The garden center was down near the men's department, along with sporting goods. I'll give you a closer look at that section when we get back downstairs. trees in July. I remember this corner back here was the toy department. And right there where the ceiling kind of changes, in this area, they knocked out the wall. This was the old auditorium. You can still see a few little designs on the wall there with those lines. Right there where that little electric outlet cover thing was, there used to be little tiny chandeliers hanging out at the walls, little glass light fixtures. And the auditorium went around here, and then there was a little door in the corner over there. Could certainly use some new hangers for my closet. I'll probably buy these. The new curtain and drape department was the old infant toddler section. And that's the courtesy desk. You can see a few more little mirrors there at the columns with some fabulous 80s light fixtures that are still there. See that little golden one there with the green underneath? That's a cool one. The optical section and travel center have both been moved to that area there. Right there, that's a little corner where it says Sleep Center. That was the entrance to the auditorium. And the boys and girls clothing areas were in the middle where housewares is now. This section here with the pills and stuff, this was the former housewares department. Vacuums were there in that corner. I was really excited about that when I was a kid. I was really into vacuums. And right by the restrooms. More great mirrors there, and a fantastic, huge chandelier over the escalators. That's great. They replaced all those bulbs when they did the renovation. They actually saved that thing. We got escalators and stairs in this store. Staircases in the escalator well were a common Gimbel's feature. Here's the neon elevator sign again. And just beyond the restrooms, check out this part here. Boscov's bargain outlet. This used to be the Boscov's Greenery Restaurant. And before that was Gimbel's restaurant. All that woodwork with the little gold lines up there. Now right here, this is where the balcony starts. You would step out here and they totally sealed it off. There's a wall around it now. But you used to be able to sit out here and eat and look down at the mall down below. And that little emergency exit, that goes to that staircase that was outside. Stairs going from the restaurant back down to the mall. This is amazing. And there used to be green neon all around that round part there. Just to the right of the restrooms was the travel center. And then a 1-hour photo department. I think it was Cardinal Camera or something. And then right here at this corner was the candy counter, which they now moved to the other side by the escalators. And yes, they still make their very own fudge. And candied almonds. I believe that's what Gimbel's flooring used to look like. Alright, let's take a closer look at this. So here's the mall entrance. Most of this is pretty much unchanged. There used to be a ladies' restroom here in the shoe departments. Now it's over there in juniors. These restrooms here in the customer pickup area used to be employee restrooms, and they opened up to the public now. This was the entrance we came in at, and over here was the old garden center. Used to be a little entrance to the garden center here. This was a little indoor departments with the patio furniture and seasonal things. This part of the men's departments was sporting goods back in the day. The men's department used to go the whole way up to the front, which is why they had the men's restroom over here, and juniors was there. Juniors used to have little square analog TVs and the neon and mirrors on the ceiling, all that fun stuff. Not anymore. Now, upstairs, this was the former Greenery Restaurant. There was a little staircase going up to it, which is right there. That's the underneath of it. And there's the restrooms, of course. This was housewares, so the vacuums are there, small appliances. This was infant toddlers over here, curtains and drapes now. Boys and girls clothing down this way. Courtesy desk is still the same. This corner of the furniture area was the auditorium with a little entrance right here. Toys were over here. Domestics and home decor, I believe, were somewhere in the middle. Like home textiles are here now. They used to be back here. Curtains and drapes were down in this area before they moved them clear to the other end of the store. The Christmas trees and stuff were always near the elevator somewhere. Electronics all along this side. These were the TVs. Large appliances, like washers and dryers and things, over here in the current infant toddler section. Travel center and Cardinal camera were here, and the candy counter was at this corner when they moved it there. And optical right here. This was all furniture. So yeah, a lot has changed over the years at this Boscov store. It's been heavily renovated, but still a few nice little retro touches here and there. And there you have it, the Boscov store at Park City Center in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you look very closely here, you can still sort of see where it used to be like a teal green on this sign. They painted it dark blue now, but still the original shape. I used to think that the Boscov's logo was like a big layer G up there, and they had like this funny object here and the thing in the middle. Like, I saw those three objects, but I did not see the B in the middle. Okay, sorry about that. So I got cut off there because my phone memory got full. But anyway, there's the mall entrance of the Park City Boscov's, and that's used to be the balcony of the Greenery Restaurant. They got a wall there around it now. And there's the original Boscov's logo from the 80s. Very nice. Kind of interesting how it's white at this location instead of green. And like I mentioned before, they got the rest of the logos at this one painted blue, like the modern logo, but still the original shape. And there is the staircase leading to the former restaurant. And that little door up top, that emergency exit that I pointed out, used to be the mall entrance to the restaurant. Even had a little door right in the middle there. And down below, you can see some of the original green carpet is still there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching this tour of the Boscov's at Park City Center. And I will see you later.